What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Horror Tuesday with Neds. I'm excited today. Got some fun stuff to talk about. I'm gonna discuss my review of Please Don't Feed the Children, which is Spielberg's daughter's debut film, and I'm gonna tier some summer horror films and go from there. We'll go from there. Got some news if we get to it, but mostly just to hang out and talk about summer horror. I do have a poll happening. I don't know why my brain took a second. I do have a poll happening asking what summer blockbuster film you're excited for. I know some of them aren't horror on that list, but I'm just curious to see what everybody's going to be seeing. I'm pretty much going to be seeing everything on that list. So far, it looks like Fantastic Four is winning. Sure, why not? Why not? Everybody needs, I guess, more Pedro in their life. So, I hope everyone is doing good. Give me a second. Let me make sure. There we go. All right. Hi, Penny. Welcome. 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 I have had a particular you know what? I've had a particular day. I was gonna get into it, but I'll get to it in a second. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. I saw that you are starting your own channel. You are welcome to any panel I have going on. So if there's a show or something of interest of you, hit me up. Let me know. So, um, before we get into announcements, I'd like to share something embarrassing that happened today. I don't know why. I just feel like opening up to the world a little bit. Um, for those that you that do know, or some people that don't know, I'm a very clumsy individual. And last year I fell, I think twice. Yeah, I fell about twice, right? Yeah. Was made up fun of. Ha ha ha. So funny. Anyway, um, I have been having tailbone issues. Don't get old, folks. I've been having tailbone issues. So, with that being said, I've done everything I can without looking for medical help, right? Okay. And I've lost 30 pounds since March. I have been trying to do strength training. I have been trying to stand more, walk more, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's to the point where like I can't even go see a movie without leaving the next day with not without getting up with so much pain or streaming. So this is a little bit of a horror. We'll get into the horror. But so today I had to have a injection into my tailbone. And the way I don't know if this is normal. And if you're a doctor or a nurse, you work in the medical field, please let me know. But the way they went about it, I feel I no longer have dignity. No longer have dignity uh, on it whatsoever. First of all, I asked very nicely. I said, "Please, I do not want to see any needles, tools, or anything because I'm a big baby and I just don't like that kind of stuff. Please, please don't." Okay, first, fine. They hit it. So I went in and they lay you on, and mind you, you don't have to be in a gown or anything. They lay you flat on a table. Okay, stomach down, right? Obviously, because it's my butt. Um, and then they raise your shirt up, and then proceed to take my pants and underwear and yank it underneath my cheeks, like a little bit. Just ugh. Okay, I could have done it myself, but all right, we're here. And there I'm laying on the table, and they're like cleaning me, like sanitizing the area that the injection is going to go into. And it's two very young Asian men who are like my nurses. Whatever. I'm sitting there waiting for the doctor. A few minutes go by. No doctor. What's going on? Doctor was in doctor was utilizing the restroom. So I had to sit there with my cheeks up in the air waiting for this doctor to show up. Doctor finally shows up. I don't get any local anesthesia. He just pops it right in, right? So like, think your tailbone, think like your crack, top of your crack, shoves this thing right in. What he shoves in is what where the tool to utilize so that you can take the needle and stick the needle in. Takes and then sticks the needle in, and then proceeds to be like, by the way, I'm like gripping the table for dear life. Proceeds to be like, oh, there's something in the way. Can't get all the. It's like steroids that are a thing. I can't vote. I'm not excited for any of these movies. I'll get to you in a minute, Chris. And then like forces it. I don't know why I'm doing that hand gestures. Good thing Zax is in the chat. He's gonna clip me. And puts the whatever they are, steroids medication into my tailbone, and then pulls it out, slaps a band-aid on it. I'm surprised it didn't slap my cheeks. Raised and then left me to raise my own pants up in shame and then leave the doctor's office. That was my morning this morning. I got injected in the butt. I feel better. I will say that. I do feel better. Feel like I can sit longer than 20 minutes. If you notice, like in previous streams and stuff, if I shift a lot in my seat, it's why. There's no vote option for none of the above. Man, you guys don't like some. This brings me to the point of summer blockbusters. I feel like, is it me and I just live in nostalgia about kids? And I absolutely love the fact that I'm telling the story about being injected in the butt, and none of you are making jokes in the chat. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Did he let his cigarette ask him it was good for you? Thank you, my own husband. On the poll versus the fact that I'm like being vulnerable and sharing a story about being injected in the butt. Okay. Before we get into it, you're amazing. Cut all these segments with me uncomfortable. At least it wasn't me. What's up, culture? So I'm not sure what that sounds painful. Wanted you to finish strong. Okay. All right. A couple cool announcements for this channel. I wanted to share the schedule out. So today is the only show for this week. I have family coming into town. I seem to be always traveling or having family in town, but you know what? I like my family, so I'm going to be spending time with them. We're back normal schedule next week. Horror Tuesday, Thursday, Chills and Thrills, Stranger Things on Friday. Now, here's the deal. My good friend Culture Casino kind of directed me in a new way. And if you weren't watching the watch party, a new way of doing watch parties for this month. So we're going to try something new. Members will get a special link to join me for the watch party this month, which will be Barbarian on the 26th. However, I am going to test it out and see, and I might do it also for members to watch The Institute with me the Wednesdays before the show on Thursdays or the Monday. Like, figure out a schedule so you'll be able to pop in, watch The Institute with me live, and then the panel will start on the 17th. Each week we'll be doing one episode, and The Institute is based off a Stephen King book. It's one of his later books, came out in the last 5-10 years. Some of you are reading it right now. I've read it too. So thanks for clipping my hand gestures there, Gary. I appreciate it. Butt jabs. Yes, don't get a butt jabs. Don't get old. Don't fall on your butt. Don't fall on your butt, folks. Don't fall on your butt. So this is what's happening. So I will make a post for members. So if you'd like to watch along with me, please consider being a member. Please consider donating memberships. Please consider just showing up. Either way, I don't care. I love having you guys around. So whatever you got to do, I appreciate everything you guys do to help support the channel. We're going to have the members chat, which is now turned into a members gaming chat. So I will be gaming the game Sharks and Minnows. So it's a horror game. So we'll be doing that. And then, like I said, the Barbarian will be the movie of the month. So, and on the 30th, I have a great panel. Couple new people, couple people you've seen with the tier streams. They'll be joining us from Millennial Horror, which we'll talk about 90s, early 2000 horror. So we're thinking Scream, Urban Legends, Cherry Falls, and doing that. Back pain is the worst. Have you heard of inversion tablets? People, back pain, love them. Hope you get better. Oh, tables. You know what I've been trying? So about, my God, it's going to be about 10 years now. 10 years ago, I had my T9 fractured. out of the blue, no accident. It's in line with my auto-inflammatory issue. It just fractured my back. So I have to go get infusions every month for it's a long story. Anyway, it was probably the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. And when people say when and I God bless my mother because I used to tell my mom before my back fractured and all this stuff, walk it off, mom. You're fine. She had a nurse's back, right? I was so ignorant to the idea that your back you utilize for everything. And I think I was probably in a cast, like a body brace, for almost well over a year. Had to sleep in a recliner. So back pain is not great. Was on painkillers for a while. I got off them. Didn't want to have a life dependent on them. So what I've been trying to do is uh salt float tanks. That seems to help a lot, and losing weight. So unfortunately I gained like 80 pounds since my back broke and stuff like that, and it just continues. So I've been really focused on that. Lost 30 pounds since March, and I've been trying to do things to help strengthen my core and back for it. But tailbone pain is no pleasure, my folks. You can't even go to movies or things and stuff like that. And it was really affecting my mood too. I was very cranky all the time. We don't like a cranky Nadia. Ask Chris. We don't like a cranky Nadia. That teaches you not to trust white van offering free candy and back rubs. What can I say? I'm a sucker for some free chocolate. So that is the schedule for July. I will update it once I test out for the watch parties for the Institute. So we will get into it. Okay. All right. All that stuff out of the way. Let's talk about Please Don't Feed the Children. Has anybody heard of this movie? I assume not. And I realized I didn't have a slide made for it. I made a slide for everything else. Hold on one second, folks. We do everything live here. So we're going to put that there. Okay. It's this movie. What's up, Melvin? What's up, amigo? How are you? Hey, Corey. Okay. Please Don't Feed the Children. It's free to watch on Tubi, by the way. It's Steven Spielberg's daughter's premiere film. What if I'm not excited for any of the films? See F1 instead. Listen, I had 4 options. One of them had to be horror. One of them had to be dinosaurs because dinosaurs rock. And then I put the other 2. What's up, Jamma Llama, Ding Dong Bama? I have tried watching it last night, fell asleep. Oh, Molly, you're beating me to the punch. So don't, it's by his Spielberg's daughter. It's a very well shot film. You can obviously tell money was put into this. It's about a near future dystopia, a viral outbreak that has completely decimated the adult population, and the asymptomatic children tend to be asymptomatic in this world, but yet they kind of mess with the lore halfway through. Children are to blame as the carriers. A group of teenage orphans flee south in search of refuge. Along their way, they are taken in by Clara at her secluded home, but soon realize she harbors a terrifying secret. I'm excited for Weapons too. Gary, you should join the watch party for Barbarian since that's his first film. Have a good one. None of the movies on the list interest me either. I'm seeing every single one of them because I like being in the theaters in the summer. It's fun. Poo-poo on all of you. Or not. You know what I mean. Okay, anyway, back to Please Don't Feed the Children. It's okay. It's okay. As a debut film, you can obviously, like I said earlier, tell that money was put into this. It's shot very well, shot cinematograph. Movie, you get it. The person there, anyway, it's very visually, it's very pretty, okay? However, and I say this not in a mean way, I was somewhat bored with the film. What's up, Gooch? What's up, Gooch? You missed earlier me talking about having to be jabbed in my gooch earlier today by the doctor. You missed out, man. It is trying to build a world, like a zombie world, right? And off the bat, I feel like once you get through Act 1, you know where the story is going. As soon as they get to Clara and her secluded home, you figure it out pretty well. And I'm trying I'm trying to keep this spoiler free as possible because I think actually it's a very good introductory into like the horror genre. It's like dipping your toes into it. It's not overly gory. There's like maybe a couple of gory effects, but not nothing you wouldn't see maybe outside of a haunted house. I would say it plays more on the psychological, but the meat of the story is not there. It's not there. I think they focus too much on the visual part of this movie and allowed the story to take the take the take the sh- take the hit. Take the hit. Why is this hard for me to talk today? Take the hit. It's not bad. Again, it's not a bad movie. I gave it like a 50%, a 5 out of 10. It's mediocre at best. It's free to watch. Go check it out. I don't think this is some kind of Nepto babyism with his daughter. I think she actually does want to be. She's done 2 shorts prior to this, so this is her first film. I would be interested to see where her sophomore film goes. I'm very intrigued though because I feel like she could probably have done something a little bit more bigger. I don't know. I mean, if she's gonna put money into this, but yeah, Gucci Knees is in fact tonight. Listen, Gooch. Listen, come here for a second. Come here for a second. Come here. I get it. I get it. Gucci Knees, right? I get it. You got a song about it and everything. But I will tell you right now, Nadia Knees have been around for a very long time. Very long time. Now that I think of it, Gucci Knees has probably been around longer because you're older than me. Never mind. Back up. Sorry. Sorry. I'll take it back. I'll take it back. Sorry. I didn't get a song made up. Nadia Knees. Sorry. Actually, Nadia Knees kind of sounds dirty. Okay, never mind. So Act 1, you get introduced to a bunch of orphans. The world is on chaos. The only way that orphans can get to refuge is that they either have like a special clearance or they're with an adult to get on a bus to get clearance. Throughout the movie, you kind of learn a little bit more about the zombie outbreak through the radio. So first you learn that, okay, the children are the carriers of it, but they are asymptomatic. But then you learn a little bit later, oh, but now we're starting to see individuals that are like 18 or 19 and they're starting to turn as well. And what it does, it does turn them into zombies because they're cannibals, but it's very vague with this. And I get it. Maybe let the audience fill in the imagination, but at no point did I feel there was any tension in this movie or anything high at stake. And that's weird for a post-apocalyptic movie. So you meet a bunch of riffraffs, right? We've got the typical like group of teens band together. They shoplift supplies. They plan on reaching a rumored tunnel that is supposed to lead them to safety. One gets injured during a shoplifting incident, and they end up at Clara's door. So she's in a secluded farmhouse, right? Start to get the feeling that Clara's not who she seems. She had a husband. There's alluded that, oh, he's at work, but he never shows up. Had a daughter, but daughter, they like something happened to her in a sense. Kids get captured in a sense and not tortured, but there's something that Clara is doing to the children that, and you kind of know where it's going. As much as I'm trying not to spoil it, you know where this movie is going. It's a very typical, as soon as you get to Clara's, you're like, oh, okay, that's what she's doing, why she's kidnapped these kids and stuff. Even the resolution in the finale wasn't that impactful. So I would say if you have young ones, and I'm talking like preteens, this might be a good introductory to them. Because again, the gore is more like on a haunted house level. Past that, I don't think you should waste your time if you're a true horror fan, but who knows? I might be talking out of my ass. We know this. Opinions are like buttholes, and sometimes they smell. Couple of cool things though. As trivia for it, this is her Aileen Spielberg's directorial debut. Daughter of Steven Spielberg. She did 2 shorts previous. Roseanne Let Me Go the Right Way. The entire film production was shot in 18 days in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That is crazy. I feel like movies are taking way shorter and shorter as it progresses in society. People are just taking shortcuts and stuff. Do you remember 90s babies? Even before 90s? When movies would take months to produce and stuff, and then like they would build up it to that following summer year if it's a summer blockbuster and you go see it and stuff. Now movies I feel are just too it's the streaming service that has completely killed, I think, filmmaking. True filmmaking. I'm not saying there aren't some gems out there that people do take their time to expand on it, but 18 days? That's crazy. That's less than a month to shoot this. It premiered at Sitges Film Festival on October 11th before it was a to be released. So again, you can go watch this on Tubi for free. A lot of the reviews I saw were mixed, like, man, where it looks very cool. It looks very cool, but it's an uneven screenplay. It is, and the narrative is just all over the place. I did look up something which was interesting. Certain crew members remain unpaid into mid 2024. New Mexico's $250K tax credit was delayed pending resolution. Pay your people, folks. Pay your people, man. So, all in all, I would say, again, fun introductory, not that great overall, but there are worse movies out there. There are worse movies out there. So, with that being said, has anybody else checked it out, or are you going to check it out? You're going to take my word advice and just skip it. What do you let me know in the comments. And also, if you're watching this on replay, let me know. Maybe you liked it. Maybe you were a fan of it. That's fine. I would really interested to know why. So I looked at all the comments that I got from my Megan stream, and though I said Megan was a fun movie to go see, some people were like, "This movie is complete ass." One person said they walked out. Hey, not everything's for everybody. Why not? And you can see, where's she? Right there. You can see Megan right over my shoulder, just sitting right there. Okay. So with that, what I wanted to do today is just, it's the summertime. Summer movies were a big deal to me growing up. Summer blockbusters, right? And one of them in particular that's coming out, Jurassic Rebirth. And I get it. Early reviews are mixed. Some people are praising it. Some people aren't. Whatever. It has dinosaurs. I'm going to go see it. But mostly because it created a core memory for me. And it's something that I look back on fondly, of going with my mom and my sisters to go see the movie. I knew exactly where I was, what row. I could point out which row, what seats, if that theater was still around, which probably isn't. And just seeing the T-Rex come out on a big screen. And mind you, back then we didn't have IMAX or 4DX or laser focus or DFX. This movie's will suck. Look up instead. No, this movie will not suck. Shut your whore mouth, Leon. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, guys, we're gonna raid into Leon's stream. He's playing Repo with a couple of friends, including myself, so I will be over there. So we will raid right into it. If he has set up his stream already, he needs to let me know, and then I will make sure that happens, and we'll raid right into it for it. Okay. So summer blockbusters have always been a big deal. So what I wanted to do, and I only have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 movies. 16 movies. We can tier this really fast. And I wanted to just talk about a couple summer blockbuster films that I think are worth watching during the summer. Yes, they are more horror related, but you'll see like some of them are a mix. So literally every Jurassic Park movie soon after the first event. If you have 6 movies, 5 of them are bad. Why wouldn't you assume 7? Because I don't think all 6 are bad. How about that, Leon? How about that? Okay. All right. Sometimes some movies are a 10 on 10 on the fun factor and might be a 4 out of 10 on the technical factor, but that 10 out of 10 on the fun factor, I think is worth it. Such as, may I give an example? Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't everybody start getting spicy in the comments about it. On a 10 on 10 on the fun factor. I gave that movie a 10 out of 10. It was fun. It was a good time in the theater. I laughed. I had a good time. Look at it on a technical level, that movie got a lot of problems with it. A lot of plot holes. A lot of things. But on a 10 out of 10. So, whatever, Leon. Dinosaurs are cool. Anyway, we're gonna tier some movies. All right. Let's get this going. So, Oh, and please, I don't think I did this earlier. Please hit that like button to subscribe to the channel. I am on my way to 1K. I appreciate every single one of your support. You guys are awesome. Here we go. So, Scorching Scares are our 9 out of 10. Campfire Classics are our 8, 7, and 8s. Late Night Slashers are our 5 and 6s. Poison Ivy picks are our 3 and 4s, and then 1 and 2s are our canceled campouts. I don't think anything's really going to hit the bottom 2 lists, but feel free to help me with rating these movies. So first up on the list is one of the classics, Friday the 13th, 1980. So, camp counselors are hunted by a mysterious killer at Camp Crystal Lake. Why is it a summer horror movie? Because it's set during the summer at the lakeside camp. It screams summer slasher. Some fun facts about this, okay? Kevin Bacon stars in it as an early role, and the I think I got it. Hold on. Sound was created using a composer's voice. So overrated, didn't get good until at least the third movie, C at best. Aren't you supposed to be working or doing something? So Friday the 13th. Where would this go, guys? I think hold on. Let's remove that. Add that. Okay. I'm thinking it's definitely not do you need me to do that sound? That's how it's spelled out. By the way, oh, I'm sorry. Do you not want engagement? Yes, I do. Okay. Thank you, Leon. First movie on the Friday the 13th series. If Gooch is still in, this is supposedly his favorite horror IP. One of his favorite horror IP. And I'm kind of with Samuel on this. I think it's a campfire classic. I think it's easily maybe a 7 out of 10. The first movie does not have Jason Voorhees until the end of the movie. Okay, I know I've been anytime I say, oh, it didn't have him. Oh, but you mean until the end of the yes, Mary, I understand. He shows up at the end of the movie. I'm talking about the whole movie, but yes, okay, correct me on that. It's not till the end of the movie. And it's interesting too because I learned a little bit about the rights. So I guess Friday the 13th are owned by different rights versus Jason Voorhees rights. So Halloween Horror Nights announced they're doing a Jason Voorhees house, but not calling it a Friday the 13th house. Seriously, I can totally do that sound. Am I not doing it right? Am I not? Are we not having a good time with me trying it out? Campfire Classics, but I think if there are a couple better movies on this list, I kind of would put it Late Night Slasher. Mediocre, right? How many times do people really honestly go visit the first Friday the 13th? They want Jason. They want Jason, killing people. Friday the 13th Part 2. That's what you really want. You don't want Friday the 13th. You want Part 2. So I'm going to say Late Night Slasher for this list. Feel free to disagree with me in the chat, but I think it's going to be Late Night Slasher. Also, feel free to disagree with me in the comments. All right. So, next on the list, Evil Dead 2. So, Ash battles demonic forces in a secluded cabin with gory, over-the-top chaos. Set in a remote summer cabin, combines hot weather with hellish terror. That's why it's a summer horror film. It is both a sequel and partially a remake of the original. Sam Raimi used a dummy nickname, Fake Semp, for scenes. Semp? Shrimp? Why is it spelled S-H-E-M-P? Perfect. 10 out of 10. Wouldn't change a thing. This isn't your S tier. You revoke your horror card. Also, 1 and 3 are better. Top tier, of course. What's up, zombie? I agree that this is top tier. I actually like pretty much everything in the Evil Dead franchise. Even the remake or reboot, whatever. Fuck. That one is great. I even like Evil Dead Rises. I'm actually excited for the next one. I don't think this is a full argument on this one, so I will agree, and this will be going. Where is it? Scoring scares. Late night slashers. Samuel, get the fuck out of here. Late night slashers. My guy, come on. It is top tier. Out of all this list, believe me, there are a couple of them. There's at least 1, 2, 3 more that are top tier on this. This is 4 of them. I have redeemed myself, Leon. That's all right, because I'm going to shame myself tonight when we play games. All right, next one. Let's add that. Club Dread, A Vacation to Die For. My finger was hovering over that unscribe button. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I am on my way to 1K subs. I appreciate all your support, and back to the program. So, Club Dread, 2004. A killer stalks staff and guests at a tropical island resort. Horror. Why is it a summer horror? Beach, booze, bikinis until bodies start dropping. Fun facts, made by Broken Lizard, the team behind Super Troopers, if you didn't know that. Super Troopers 2 was bad. The killer's costume was inspired by 1980s slasher cliches. I think that's the word. Cliches. So yeah. I actually do not like this movie. I like Super Troopers. I feel this doesn't have a lot of rewatch value. Maybe because I saw it pass as an adult and it's just Maybe because I'm a woman too. Maybe this is just not my type of humor on it. But I'm kind of leaning towards Poison Ivy picks on this one. Nobody's gonna argue with me because I'm by myself. So here we go. Poison Ivy. Yeah, it looks like Super Troopers is epic. I can watch Super Troopers any day of the week. I have a great time with it. Super Troopers 2, not worth it. Doesn't have rewatch value like the first one. The beer one, it wasn't too bad. Is it Beer Fest? I think I hasn't seen that in a while. Super Trooper is epic. It's terrible. Club Dread, yes. Super Troopers 2, whichever. Both of them, yes, are awful. All right, we're gonna move to dinosaurs. Fuck you, Leon. The whole IP is awesome. Okay. By the way, I highly recommend, if you do like the original, look at me, I'm definitely Arab. I'm talking with my hands. If you definitely do like the Jurassic Park movie, I highly recommend you read the book. The book is completely different than the movie. Okay? But I find the book to be more terrifying as an adult than I did when I read it as a child. So I would highly recommend, if you're a reader, and I know Zach's rule, over a certain age, you shouldn't read, but I highly recommend Jurassic Park. So 1993, Jurassic Park, dinosaurs run amok on a theme park island, turning a vacation into survival. Why is it a summer blockbuster? Because it's a summer blockbuster. It's with tropical terror and prehistoric monsters. I feel like you cannot get more summer than Jurassic Park. Spielberg shot Schindler's List right after this. The T-Rex roar was a mix of an elephant, lion, alligator sounds. So, nearly a perfect movie, however, not an S-tier horror movie. So it goes A. The sci-fi and action are more prominent than the actual horror. This is my show and it is a horror movie, so get the fuck out. I love you, Leon. You know I do. But you make a good point. You do make a good point. Is it a horror movie? It has horror elements to it. It could possibly scare children. I don't think it would scare adults. There are horror elements to it, but you are right. Sci-fi and action are more into it. To me, it is not an S tier. It's probably, you're right, an A tier. So we're going Campfire Classics. 9 out of 10, Scorching Classics. Oof. 9 out of 10. I mean, I am a capitalist. I believe in capitalism. If you feel one of these need to be moved to a different tier, feel free to super chat if you can. No pressure. Please don't ever think I'm pressuring anybody to do so. I never do. I am here to have a good time for a long time. So, but if you feel inclined, there you are. I just don't think it's a horror-oriented. Look at this man. This man needs to co-host with me, apparently. All right, moving on. Moving on. The Lost Boys. Anybody says this is not an S tier, I don't know if we can be friends. So, two brothers face off against a gang of vampires in a California beach town. Why is it a summer horror film, you ask? Surfboards, boardwalks, and bloodsuckers. Classic summer vibe there. Fun fact, the title references Peter Pan. The Lost Boys. Get it? Okay. Filmed in Santa Cruz, California, known for its eerie seaside settings. This is a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I fucking love this movie. This movie, I will say though, this movie has a will super chats influence the rankings? Yes, they would. This movie has similar to, and before you throw down my throat, this movie has similar to Nightmare on Elm Street fandom, where the Nightmare on Elm Street people, some people make it their personality. I feel like some people make the Lost Boys their personality. Oh, you've never seen the Lost Boys? You gotta see the Lost Boy. It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I revisit it yearly. I love it. It's a great movie. It is probably in my top 20, if not top 50. I don't know. It's somewhere. But some people make it part of their personalities. I'm just saying. I'm not pointing at anybody particular, Leon, but they do it. So the question though is it before Evil Dead or is it after Evil Dead? Sin, what's up? What's up, my girl? I think I would rather watch Lost Boys over Evil Dead 2. So I think I'm going to be putting this there. There you go. I think we're all in agreement on that one. Lost Boys. I think that was an easy one. That's an easy one for all of us, right? I feel like has anybody ever met somebody that says, "Ugh, The Lost Boys, that movie fucking sucks." Has anybody ever met that person? And do they not enjoy their life? That would be my follow-up question on it. Do they not enjoy their life on it? I'd be curious about it. Okay, moving on. Cabin Fever. Let me let me set this record straight. I fucking don't like Eli Roth. I don't think he's a good person. I've had interactions with him, around him. I do not like Eli Roth. I don't like his movies. So he's not my favorite. Thank you. Cabin Fever 2002, a group of college friends facing a flesh-eating virus in a rural cabin. Why is it a summer horror? Camping trip gone wrong in the summer woods. Fun fact, Eli Roth based it off real skin infections he once had. Not saying he should have them back. I would not want to be that petty of a person. Features a cameo by director Ty West, who did X and Pearl. Shamma. I don't like this movie. I really don't. I don't like body horror I'm biased. I don't really like body horror too much. I don't like his filming style. Never liked really any of his movies. Everybody's like, "Oh, but what about him in Inglourious Bastards?" Okay, but he was in Inglourious Bastards. He didn't direct. There's a difference. Even then, I'm not a huge fan of Inglourious Bastards. I don't think it's Tarantino's strongest, like on the stronger side of his film work. But that's my personal opinion on it. It's weak sauce. Bill Chill. What's up, Bill Chill? It is weak sauce. So I am totally cool with it being either a canceled camp out or a poison ivy. You know what? I would rather watch Club Dread again. So we're going with cancel camp out. Cancel camp out. This channel, we do not support anything Eli Roth done, even though I did like Thanksgiving, but I like Thanksgiving because it was kind of bringing back true to form of like campy holiday horror films. That's another story of it. I probably ate his knob off, and that's why he's it's a zombie. All right. Let's continue the story. Let's continue it. Watch it. This channel gets so big, I'm gonna end up having to interview Eli Roth maybe one day, right? Who knows? I've interviewed a lot of directors, right? But cool. Yeah, and watch it. I'm gonna have to fucking eat my foot. Eat my foot. And it's like, what about this clip that you said you do not like him? He is not a good person. Sorry. Jackie Brown, Django, Hateful Eight are my faves. I like no panel tonight. Just me, Rick. Just me on Tuesdays. What's up, Rick? I liked my favorite Tarantino film is Reservoir Dogs. That is probably my top tier favorite film of his of all time. Love it. Okay, so moving on to it, we're gonna look at this movie. This was remade. I actually don't think the remake's that bad, but we're looking at the original. A lot of people don't know this is Wes Craven as well. People, know Wes Craven mostly for Scream, but The Hill Has Eyes. This is the 1977 one. Okay, a family is attacked by mutant cannibals in the desert. Summer horror. Desert heat, isolation amplify the terror. Fun facts. It was inspired by the legend, I don't know if Melvin's in chat still, Scottish cannibal Swaney Bean. Sawney Bean? Sawney Bean. You absolutely people know Wes Craven from Freddy. No. No. I disagree with you. No. No. Michael Berman's unique look landed him the role in this movie. If you have, I see it. Okay, you absolutely from the director of Nightmare on Elm Street and I don't even get Scream. Copa has seen better days. Jesus, CPR. I really like the original, and again, I actually do recommend the remake. I don't recommend like the sequels. I think there's like a sequel to the remake, and yeah. So Henry Frum is in it. So I'm probably gonna put this late night slasher. I don't think this is a campfire classic. I think this is a particular niche for people. I don't think this is a movie you can kind of throw on with a bunch of teenagers and stuff like that. If you got like sleepovers, honestly, how many times have you guys reached over for Hills Has Eyes? Yeah. So similar to Friday the 13th, I think it's a good movie. I think you should see it once. I don't think a lot of people would. The remake is better. The remake I think the remake is slightly elevated, like elevated horror, because they're able to do a lot more with it and it's a lot more gruesome. Like my dad and I were talking about this. Sidebar. My dad and I were talking about this because I was mentioning that I did Jaws for my watch party, and I was like, Dad, do you remember the first time you had me and my sisters watch Jaws? And we were sharing that memory together. And he's like, back then you could scare people a lot easier and allow people to kind of use their imagination. Nowadays, what used to be rated R is now like rated PG, and nowadays they gotta always up the ante. Think of it, they always have to up the ante, Nadia. People back then, I saw Jaws, people back then scared to go swimming. That's my best impression of him. But yeah, they don't, they always have to go more and gruesome and stuff. So I mean, he's right about it. I mean, I look back and I think a lot of movies used a lot more liberty with the audience and didn't put every card on the table for them. So, all right. How many of you have heard about The Burning? And no, it's not about what's burning in your pants. We have become more desensitized. You are absolutely right, Rick. 100%. This is 1981. I don't think a lot of people know about this, to be honest. I only know about this because of my horror mentor that I had in film that recommended movies to me. Actually, two of the movies on this list are two of the movies he had recommended to me when I was starting off in college and stuff like that. So I was exploring. So, disfigured caretaker returns to terrorize campers with a garden shears. So that a lot of people think a violent night, which if you have not seen Gord's video on A Violent Night, is it A Violent Night? I think it's A Violent Night. Which one it was that came out where he's just no, it's not A Violent Night. Nadia, what are you on? What's the one that came out last year where it's like the perspective of the slasher killer and it's just a bunch of walking? Yeah, if Gord's still in the chat, he knows what I'm talking about because he did a great video on it. But I can't remember if it's wait 20 4. What was it? Was it? In a Violent Nature. That's it. In a Violent Nature, which Gord has a great video about on his channel that he did. I think In a Violent Nature actually pulls more from this movie than it does in the Friday the 13th series. Thank you, Sin. I know. My brain's I would say it's definitely worth. I'm with Leon. It's definitely worth watching once. It's a classic summer camp slasher flick. It features early roles for Jason Alexander and Holly Hunter. Tom Savini did the gore effects after turning down Friday the 13th Part 2. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because nowadays, everybody knows what Friday the 13th is. Hell, again, they're making a Halloween Horror Nights house over Jason Voorhees. Are they doing the burning? I don't think so. Can you imagine turning that down? Oh, that would be a gut punch. So while I do like this movie, I think it is a classic. It is not, again, it's a particular niche. I'm leaning towards late night slashers. It's not a campfire classic. I don't think you can put this movie on I don't think you could put this movie on and like people are gonna know what it is. It doesn't have an iconic villain such as we have Freddy and Jason. I'm talking with my hands a little too much, but I think it's definitely before Hills Has Eyes, and that's where I'm putting it. And also the poster kind of is a little too sexy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like remove the shears, it looks like The Burning. A summer romance between two camp counselors. So, all right, moving on. Us. So, a family is haunted by their murderous doppelganger during a beach vacation. Why is it a summer horror? Set during a summer trip to Santa Cruz. Fun facts, the Hand Across America theme ties into the plot, and Jordan Peele was inspired by The Twilight Zone. To be fair, I think this is Peele's weakest movie. I only really like Nope, to be honest. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to swallow, but I think Nope terrified me because I do have a fear of aliens and testosterals. You know what I mean? Wow. Naughty knees, Gucci knees, whatever is taking over. I have a fear of those kind of beings in the sky. So I like Nope because it got to me. Us was okay, but I don't feel like I reach for Us. I honestly don't reach for Us or Get Out to watch again, but I have watched Nope a couple of times. To me, this is probably a Poison Ivy pick. Extraterrestrials. Thank you. I don't know why I say testicles. You know what? That shot in the butt I got earlier today must have done something. If you missed it, the first half of the stream, I described about how today I went to the doctor and I had to have a shot into my tailbone, and it was not dignifying whatsoever. I think it's a Poison Ivy pick, but again, I probably would watch it over Club Dread. So that would be all right. All right, Leon. You're quitting on me? Okay. If you have your stream set up, can you directly send me the link on X and I will make sure that we raid into it for it, please. Since I will be over there too. Don't you all leave here. Go there. Open another tab. I know you know how to do it. It's pretty easy. Open another tab and I'm gonna be playing some games with Leon and probably sucking at it pretty bad. I wonder if I can find it without having hold, please, folks. We know we do everything live. All right, hold on. Unless, yeah, stay with that. Yeah, make sure I finish first. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Why did I say that? Oh, it came out of my mouth and Zax, you know what? You missed it, my guy. You missed it. I had enough clips for you for the next decade. Talking about being shot in the butt earlier, and you you weren't here. What's up, Blue? I see you. That's definitely what she said. Okay, hold on. I'm redirecting. So why is it not letting me search for anybody's videos? All right, cool. We are set. We're gonna raid right into Leon, and I will be over there too to play some games. Better when it came in your no. I had to have a shot in. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the movies. You can rewatch the stream. Just rewind. Midsommar. 2019, Americans visit a Swedish commune for a midsummer festival that turns sinister. Why is it a summer horror? I thought you were off today. I'm off every day. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like off? No. Takes place entirely in broad daylight during the summer solstice. Fun facts, was originally written as a slasher. Film was shot in Hungary, not Sweden. I was in Jacob's chat for X-Files. All right, going to see Rebirth in 2 hours. I'm missing up on chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking. Where should we tier this? Okay. Bill Chill's kind of in this. I'd score it a little bit higher. Samuel, you like everything, man. You and Blue should be best friends. Blue loves everything too. I'm sad his film after this was shit. Yeah. Hereditary was a very strong start. Midsommar was okay, to be honest. The boyfriend who gets burned alive in the bear suit kind of had it coming. Because listen, you weren't man enough to dump this chick. I get it. Her parents just like, it's a weird suicide thing that happened and stuff like that. But you weren't man. You did this. You know what? You reap what you sow. You date crazy. This is what's gonna happen. So overall, I do like this movie. I think it's not bad. I think it's a little overblown, a little overhyped for what it is. I think Hereditary is much better. Afterwards, I don't think his films are really that good. I think he had hold on. Here we go. So to me, I probably put this in Poison Ivy picks. Midsommar is cringe. Not if you watch it as if shot in the butt, extra testicles. Yes. I'm like, what's up, Rio? Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. I did not like Midsommar. Almost swore off after a good friend. She annoyed the hell out of me. Her pouty, whiny, crying face, and Lord, I couldn't stand her. If you've seen Oppenheimer, add to that list. She ain't got anyway. Butt shots help everything. They do. Hunter J, I lost the joke. I think this is a canceled camp out, to be honest. I probably would never reach for this movie again. I think it's cool that poor man's Wicker Man. Yeah, poor man's Wicker Man. But I don't feel it's as bad as Cabin Fever. Maybe it's Poison Picks on the bottom of the list. Poison Picks. We're going to go with Poison Picks. I feel like it's not a bad movie. It's done technically well, and I do like the fact that we're getting a horror movie all shot in daylight. However, there are some things, you gotta change. Everyone's loving F1. Gore did, Lance did. Nadia needs to see in 40X. So, womp womp. I will not be seeing F1 in 40X. It leaves theaters today from 40X, and then Jurassic Park takes over. So I'm actually seeing Jurassic Park Rebirth in 40X, and I'm seeing F1 at like standard. So I'll get to it. It's not that I'm reluctant to see F1. I do want to see it. F1's not a movie I would really call to me, but everybody's hype of it, I would definitely want to check it out. Plus, it's a original film. I almost said Hereditary is a campfire class, and Midsommar gets an 8 out of 10. I'm sorry, Samuel. I'm gonna have to say it's a Poison Ivy pick. Poison Ivy pick on my part. What's up, peepers? I need to come in. What's up? All right, we got 6 films to go, guys. 6 films. Or I'm sorry, films, as Andy puts it. Movies to go. Sleepaway Camp. If you have never seen Sleepaway Camp, this is the one time I would say turn off my stream and go watch Sleepaway Camp. 1983, it is a classic. Campers are murdered at summer camp hiding in a dark secret. It's campy. It's fun. I think there's 4 of them. The entire film takes place during the summer camp. That's why it's a summer horror. It's famous for its shocking twist ending, which I will not ruin for any of you who have not seen it. And it was filmed at a real camp in upstate New York. I fucking love this movie. This is so honestly, I like the franchise, but it gets worse and worse as it continues. But it is a classic summer. To me, this is S tier. This is S tier, folks. Summer horror. This is fun. This is you put on, you pour yourself a glass of wine, you got buddies over, you're hanging out, or maybe you grab some pizza and stuff. So like Friday the 13th, yeah, sure, similar. There's a twist. I don't want to ruin it, but I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I actually prefer this franchise over Friday the 13th. I know, blasphemy, but you know what? Fuck it. It's going on Scorching Scares. Yeah, don't ruin the Rick knows what I'm talking. My guy. OG, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It is good. It's good. It's better than Friday the 13th. I'm telling you, it's better. You will thank me. Thank me. You will thank me. Rachel, my girl. Oh, this is how I know we're best friends. One of my favorite of all time. Yeah. Yeah. So do yourself a favor. Put this on a watch list for this summer. It's really honestly, I would even watch it like put it on a projector if you can outside, watch it at night and stuff. It's good. It's good. It's fun. It's fun. It can't be 80s. Think of that. So dude is like a lady. So all right. Moving on. House of Wax, the remake. Okay. 2005. Oh, the year I graduated high school. Friends stumble into a ghost town with wax-coated corpses. Summer horror, a road trip detours turns deadly. Fun fact, Paris Hilton won a Razzie for her role. The wax house was actually burnt down in real life during filming. I think this is a fun movie. I don't think it's the best movie on the list. I don't think it's the worst. It is in the vein of the remake spree that we had in the early 2000s. So we got like House of Wax, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all remade and stuff for the current generation at that time. I think a lot of people kind of forget about this movie, to be honest. It's added on the millennial horror tier we're going to be doing at the end of this year, end of this month with a bunch of panelists. Honestly, I think this movie is probably a late night slasher or campfire classic. I'm gonna say late night classic. Late night slasher. Yeah. Oh, but campfire classic. Late night slasher, campfire classic. Late night slasher. You know what? I'll call it campfire classic. Paris Hilton in it. Oh, that does drop it down, but I don't. You know what? I'm gonna put it in front. Late night slasher in the front. The remake was trash, but I enjoyed it for what it is. Yeah, you gotta kind of go in knowing those movies aren't going to be the great, such as like the "I Know What You Did Last Summer" reboot. That's not going to be good, guys. I'll be. You know what? I would gladly eat my words if when I go see this, and if it's good, I don't think it's gonna be good. Anyway, all right, next one. It Follows. I think is the next slide, right? Thank you. It Follows, which highly recommend. 2014. Teenage girls stalked by a shape-shifting entity that passed through sex. Takes place over hazy Michigan summer days. That's why it's a summer horror film. Filmed with deliberate time, no cell phones, CRTVs. Director David Robert Mitchell was inspired by nightmares for it. There is a sequel being made. I'm not particularly... Everybody's coming back for it, but we all say this for 28 years later, and look how that turned out. So I'm not hopeful for it, but I will be checking out. But if you have never seen It Follows, again, I don't want to spoil it. It is very good. It is very, very good. I don't know if it would be S tier. It's definitely a campfire classic for me, but it is so creepy. It is so, Rick's right, so well done. It is, I'm telling you, it's good. And I think if you've been kind of avoiding it, or like, no, go watch it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So I think we're gonna go with campfire classic on it. Honestly, I think it has rewatch value. I even though afterwards you know where it's going, I think it has really good physical effects to it. I think the story's really cool. Honestly, it's kind of like a story about passing around STDs, and there's so many things you can think this is related to, right? You could think of it for a lot of things. 8 out of 10. Yeah. So I think Campfire Classics. We're going to go with Campfire Classics on that one. Okay. All right. The original, which my boy Leatherface does not get a lot of love, man. Everybody goes, Freddy, Jason. What about Leatherface, man? He's hurting in the corner too. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. I actually like the remake too. A group encounters a family of cannibals in a scorching Texas heat. Summer horror, sun-scorched, sweat-drenched Southern horror. Fun fact, the dinner scene lasted over 27 straight hours to film. 27 hours straight to film. God, I've been on sets. I think the longest time I've ever been on a set. Ooh. Okay. Without a break, probably about 18 hours. With break, I remember we filmed we had this guy approached me who had no idea about filmmaking but had a bunch of money to throw at it. So he just hired a bunch of people, and in the end I ended up not only doing the special effects for it, I ended up doing the props and the costumes for it because he didn't know what to do. And then actually the person he hired as the cinematographer ended up being the director because, again, think if you took like a Wall Street guy who had a lot of money who just thought like, oh, it's easy to make a movie and just throw a problem to it. So I think for like a week straight, I would sleep for like 4 hours because I would have to mold things at night for the next day. And like he rented a house for all of us to kind of stay at, so that, and we filmed in the house too. That was rough. But 27 straight hours to film, based loosely on Ed Gein. So I like Leatherface. I think this is definitely a classic. I think a lot of people just kind of push it to the side. It's a pretty simple story, right? Fun twist. The sequels, reboots. Again, the remake I kind of liked a little bit, but the reboots and the newer one that was on the one on Netflix was hot garbage. I'm not gonna lie, the one on Netflix was hot garbage. And now that, I believe, Texas Chainsaw Massacre we covered a week or two ago, the rights for it is up for grabs to buy. So a lot of people are eyeing it to buy it. I'd be curious to see how it is. I believe even Glenn Powell's looking to buy it too. So I'll see where it lands because, Saw land at Blumhouse. I honestly would not like to see it, Blumhouse have the corner on the rights for these things, especially Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm just stick to your Megans. For me, this is a campfire classic. It's not a scorching scare, but it's definitely a campfire classic for me. All right, 2 movies left. Let's get to it. Jaws. Dun 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 dun. Ah! Coco, what are you doing? Great white shark terrorizes a beach town during peak summer. Did you know great whites are what? Did you know great whites are actually very intelligent? I had to look this up while we were doing the watch party. They're very intelligent. Conniving almost. Original summer blockbuster, Beach, Blood, and Fear. What more could you add? Fun facts. The mechanical shark constantly malfunctioned. Why? Nobody knows why. When they built it and they tested it out in like just like a pool. When they brought it to actual set and test it out in the ocean or stuff, it was salt water. So the salt water was fucking with the mechanics of it. So that's why. You're gonna need a bigger boat was ad-libbed. I watched this movie. Some of you were with me on Saturday. This movie is great. This movie, I have a core memory around this movie too. Honestly, from when I saw it, I think this. I've never seen past Jaws. I've never seen Jaws 2, 3, or 4. Well, I don't know how many there are. Similar to The Exorcist, I think I've only ever seen The Exorcist. That's it. I haven't seen the other ones. But to me, this is a top tier movie. That is, I agree with you guys. I think you guys would unsub if I did not put this in Scorching Scares. What's up, Jamie? So this is going top, and to be honest, it's probably going before The Lost Boys. It is top tier for me. Has great rewatchability. It wants me to. It made me want to buy a shark like onesie thing. Should have for the watch party. Should have thought ahead of time. So maybe we'll watch Jaws 2 and 3 so I have an excuse to buy it. Jaws is coming back to the big screen this year. I'm gonna go see it. Heck yeah. It is. Yes, ma'am. You're falling. Can I help you? Thank you. What can I help you with? Okay. It is Nadia, we watched Jaws 4 on my channel in the university. It's got to be top 10 worst films made. I was laughing drunk. Why is Jurassic Park not S tier? Well, Leon's gone. I guess I could move it. Leon made a good point that while Jurassic Park has horror elements to it, it's more of a sci-fi action movie. Thus, this is a summer horror blockbuster tier, so thus it got pegged down one. So, yeah. I take 4 over 3. There's 4 Jaws. How many Jaws movies are there? I can't look it up right now because my hands are full with another Predator. Okay. Yeah, you woke up from your nap. My kitty here has kitty dementia. So it is she sometimes forgets that she's already like had pets or cuddled me and stuff. So she's getting old. She's 18. She's getting old. Lame excuses. So I think S tier. Okay. Lame excuse. I know, Jimmy. What can I say? Again, I'm a capitalist. Monetary gains will help me move things around for those of you. Where's the best horror creature flick? Tremors. We have one movie left, and then I plan on doing this again. Do you guys like this? Is this fun? Kind of like an offshoot. I know normally Tuesdays we cover the news, but I thought this would be fun, especially with the summer coming. Maybe there's some movies on the list that you've never seen, you're interested, or reignite that passion into horror, right? So next movie, which is the last movie, my anaconda don't got none. Wait. I don't even know how it goes. Wait, is it my anaconda don't want none unless she got buns, son? Anaconda don't want none unless she got buns, son. Anaconda, 1997. A documentary crew is hunted by a giant snake in the Amazon. Why is it a summer horror? It's a tropical jungle adventure turned deadly. Of course it's a summer horror. The snake... Okay, before I say this, and don't look it up. How much do you think the snake costs to build? Throwing out there. While you guys put your guesses in the chat, please, I'm going to look at where our... thing. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna close our poll. So it looks like most of you defaulted to Superman is what my assumption is. It's got Ice Cube, right? 38,000. Okay, that's a good guess. 40K. Okay. $1 million. Any other guesses? I'm gonna give it. Oh, she scratched me. Look, she got love and then she freaking scratched me. Look at the cat. Look at her. Wait. Look at that. 132,000. I do Rick, I think too, but Tuesday's kind of slow, still making John was the best character in the movie. Okay. Animatronic, 80K. 100K. So Jamma and Jamie were closest to it. 20 squids. 100,000 to build. Damn. Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube are the leads in this creature feature. They're remaking this with Paul Rudd, by the way. Yeah, that Paul Rudd. Alcohol wipes, so you don't get a fever. Oh, I'll be okay. I'll figure it out. I'll do it. I've had. It's been a day. I was closer. I win. You do. You win this. That being said, where are we putting Anaconda? I think Anaconda is a fun movie. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I honestly don't even... I think it's a late night slasher, in my opinion. Probably the top of the list of the late night slasher. I don't think it's like... It's a fun movie, but I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people have revisited it and stuff. You know what movie I have never seen? I swear to you, I have never seen this movie. I have never seen Arachnophobia. Never seen it. Probably never will. I don't like spiders. Don't do spider thing. Campfire tier? Okay. Zombie thinks campfire tier. I'm leaning more towards late nights. Maybe. Because I would probably watch Anaconda over House of Wax, Friday the 13th, and The Burning. So, yeah, I'll take the L. I was way over. I was way over. Okay. I reviewed it once and enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't don't think it's one of those movies you can't think too much. It was a bit meh for me, but I know a lot of people that like it. Why are you putting spiders in my chat, Penny? I can't watch Arachnophobia. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. Maybe I know a lot of people say, but I can't do spiders. I can't do spiders. I really can't. Maybe what I'll do is like once I hit 1K, maybe it'll be a like, oh, thank you to everybody for getting, for sharing out my channel and stuff like that. We'll watch it together so you can watch me squirm. Well, why not? But Predator is S tier no more. Jamie, you know what? For you, because hold on, Leon's not around. There you go, buddy. I got you. I don't like spiders either, but I love Arachnophobia. I have never seen it. I have not seen that. I've never seen Eight-Legged Freaks. I don't watch spider movies. They're not for me. They're not for me. They're not for me. But I know as much as you guys loved watching me be tortured by Final Destination, we will watch Arachnophobia once I hit 1K. 1K. It's got to be worth it. It's got to be worth it to me. It's got to be worth it to me. And hitting that 1K goal will be worth it to me for us to do a watch party for Arachnophobia. It'll be my first time watching it too. Spiders are friends. No, they're not my friends. They're not my friends. I don't call them up. I don't invite them over. No, they're not invited to the cookout. We don't chill. We don't chill. That's not happening. Anyway, I'm thinking Anaconda either here or here. Brandon, I was gonna message you, Brandon. Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna put it right here for a second. I bought Faith Unholy Trinity or whatever the game that you mentioned a while back. I bought it on the Steam sale, so I'm gonna play it. So I was gonna mention to you, like, hey, I bought the trilogy. Wait till you get to spider levels in your game. What do you mean spider levels in what game? What game? Alien Isolation has spider levels? I'm out. I'm out. I'm not finishing the game. Watching 300 plus Hawaiians jumping off a couch, squealing like girls because a giant spider can run around the house was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I don't do spiders, folks. I don't. All right, Anaconda, because we don't got none unless you got buns, son. I think it's a late night slasher. I feel again, to me, late night slashers are party movies where you can put party movies. Xeno spiders? Why? I was terrified back in the day when Legend of Zelda came out and I played it and you got to go into the tree and the spiders drop, but you didn't know and I didn't know anything. And I was terrified. Spider dropped, screamed, and I had to play the game behind a couch. And like my sisters had to like, can't do spiders. Face huggers are kind of, they look more like scorpions to me, which are still creepy. I'm not cane spiders. Yeah, they're fast as fuck. Fast as fuck, boy. Fast as fuck. I'm just messing with you, JK. And watching one of them's gonna show up. But like, I'm blaming you, Jamie. Fright Night 1980s. That's a good one. That's what's good. I like the Fright Night. I even like the remake. I don't think the remake's half that bad. That is all for today with it. What do you guys think of the list? Anything you would have moved? Anything you would have time to make some alts, a few alts so I can so I can watch Arachnophobia. Bro, that's gonna be a tough movie for me. I say it. It's gonna be a rough one for me. I can't do spiders. I like freak out because for you guys I would. But yeah. Spiders and aliens. And by aliens I mean little grays. Grays and spiders. What if there's ever a gray spider? Oh my god, I would die. It'd be game over. Game over for me. All right. We are done with the list. Where's next? Okay, where next? Friday Night Next. Moved us to the bottom. Friday the 13th, probably up to Campfire. I haven't seen Midsummer, but it's on my shelf. Haha, hook. I will get so drunk with United for Arachnophobia. Nope. No. I was gonna share some of the news, but to be honest, it's gonna be the 4th of July, and I don't think anybody really cares about some of this stuff until we get through the holidays. The biggest opener this week is going to be Jurassic Rebirth, and then those of you coming off of F1, and then we're getting into Superman, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer. Troll 2 got announced for Netflix. If you've never seen the Swedish first one, Troll 1, it's a fun creature film. I highly recommend it too. Unfortunately, Megan crashed at the box office. We don't have to really get into it, but that's sad. But to be honest, I think Blue and I said it on the stream, and Sin, it's going up against a bunch of juggernaut IPs. I was not surprised that it would crash at the box office. Womp womp. But that being said, that is it for today. Except I'm going to bring this back up. This is July's schedule. If you missed it earlier, no show for the rest of the week. I got family in town. I'm going to be spending some time with them. And plus, y'all, have a good 4th of July, to be honest. Go out, be neighborly, go to your community parties, go see the fireworks, get out, touch some grass. Let's just take a breath. The world has been crumbling around us. Let's just enjoy the outside, enjoy your family, your friends, go to those parties you were thinking about not going to. Have a good time. Really, honestly, have a good time. That's what I plan on doing. I have family coming into town. I love my family. I'm going to spend some time with them. So do the same. I highly recommend it. Get out, right? Let's enjoy the summer. Next week, we go back to normal schedule. Horror Tuesday, Chills and Thrills on Thursday. Friday will be Stranger Things. We're back for that. Sorry about missing last week. Health has been an issue. I did mention earlier on, since we are moving towards a private link for the watch parties, so members, you will be getting a private link that you will join on. Think of it as a webinar where you can join on with me. You can turn off your video or on your video, whatever. You hang out with me and we're going to watch a movie together. It will not be on YouTube like normally it is. I find that I get copyrighted strike quite a bit when I am on YouTube with the watch parties, even if I share just like 2 seconds of the movie. And to be honest, it's not fun, right? I'm 3 seconds behind. So members, you'll get a special link to hop in on that day and watch the movie with me. That being said, I'm going to test it out as well. I'm going to be doing it for the Institute. So probably we're going to be looking at the 16th at some point. I'm going to carve out an hour. You can hop on and we'll watch the Institute. And then the panel will be talking about it on the 17th. So the 17th, we'll start the Institute. We're going to be talking about it. Episode 1 on the 17th. If you don't know, it's based off a Stephen King book. I highly recommend it. I think Stranger Things, to be honest, kind of S too. The watch party for this month will be Barbarian in preparations for weapons. I know I usually put a poll out for you guys to put movie recommendations in. I wanted us to just be prepared for weapons. So Final Girls will be the last Tuesday of the month on the 29th. Thank you all for who have hopped in on the chat for that and supported that, and the mods for that too. You guys are awesome. The 30th will be Millennial Horror tier. So we're going to be tiering 90s and early 2000s. I've got some returning panelists and I've got some new panelists coming to join us as well. So that is it. Oh, and the 16th is the members chat. I know members chat has kind of been, to be honest, just what am I talk with you guys every Tuesday. So moving forward, members chat once a month will be a members chat gaming session. So I'll be playing a game, probably Sharks and Minnows, which is another horror game, chatting with you guys while we play. It will be exclusive to members. Alien Isolation will continue on this channel where I can fit it. I didn't want to just do an Alien Isolation just for members and you guys like, where's the middle of this gameplay? So that is my plan for this coming month. A lot of fun things. But again, please go enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Whether, go to your barbecues, go look at the fireworks, go be neighborly, enjoy your community, go out there and get some sun, enjoy it, go to the beach, all that stuff. So, the way, I don't know why I removed myself from the stage. You guys will be raiding into Leon. I will be over there shortly too to play some video games with, some games with him. So please go, just staying tight. You're going to be raided over to it. Thank you guys all for your support today. It was a lot of fun, to be honest. We'll do more of these more. I think I'll come up with another summer list. Maybe we'll do another tier summer stream for the summer list and stuff. You guys have been a blast as always. I'm rambling. If you've taken anything from this stream today, don't fall, because then you might get a shot in the butt. So until next time, stay smooth.